All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Check it out. I want to do a quick impression, I guess a quick video, initial impression about what happened and kind of give you some thoughts on this shooting that just recently happened. The country is going crazy over this, so I just wanted to share a couple things. Now, obviously, today is what is it, 8:49 p.m. on Tuesday. So, and I believe it's the 25th of August. So, depends when you watch this video. Just keep that in mind. New information is coming up as the investigation is being conducted, right? So, I want to talk about this case that happened with this individual named Jacob. And you guys probably seen this all over the place. He got shot multiple times by the police. I want to kind of give you some thoughts on that because today I actually got into a heated conversation with somebody that I love. And, hey, it is what it is. Sometimes we got to talk about things, right? So before I get into that, I appreciate the support. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below and keep it clean. If you start cursing or anything like that, it's going to go into a different pile. And obviously, people won't be able to see that, right? So keep it clean. Share your comments. You're welcome to share your opinions down in the comment section below. And check it out. I got this new thing here in the channel now called Join. So if you want to join the memberships, you could do that as well. And again, that's just another way to support the channel. If you want to be part of the members here in the Jarhead 6 community, that's something awesome that I appreciate. You guys know that this kind of videos are not really that friendly to YouTube. So let's talk about this because you know what? Since what happened with George Floyd, since what happened with this individual, since the guy in Georgia and the Wendigs that got shot by that police officer, everything is going crazy, right? And the thing that I feel is two things that it kind of bothers me a little bit, And the first thing is the whole racial profile. And the reason why is because I don't find this to be racially profiled. And that statement right there is gonna upset some people. Really is. It's gonna get people to say mean things in the comments, right? But to me, it's not. To me, it's not. And here is the biggest reasons why all these cops have responded to calls for service, right? So none of these cops were driving down the street and say, I want to pick that guy and mess with him. Or I got a call on the radio saying, hey, you know what? There's a possible case, something that they're working. We're looking for a person. Oh, I want to get that guy based on the color of the skin. That will be racially profiled. When you stop somebody or when you make contact with somebody based on the color of their skin, that is racially profiled, right? So I give you an example. If I'm standing outside with another person, let's say it's a white person and I'm a minority, I'm, Cuban, born in Cuba, immigrant to this country, and based on no discretion, based on nothing, the cops showed up and the cops want to talk to me versus talking to the other person. The only thing that they took in consideration was the color of my skin. That is racially profiled, right? So when you respond to a call based on a description and you get somebody like in the case of George Floyd, hey, here's the guy, that is not racially profiled. If you respond to a domestic like what just happened with this guy named Jacob and you show up there and people are fighting, that is not racially profile. So the whole racially profile component, we could take it out of the window. None of these cases have been racially profile in my opinion. Now, you could discuss or you could argue police brutality because police brutality could be conducted to any race and it could be conducted by any race. We could have a conversation about that. But the whole racially profile aspect is still in my mind. I have not seen it. Those cops did not make contact with those individuals based on the color of the skins. They did not. They made contact with those individuals based on the description, based on the fact that they were responding to a call for service. I don't know where we get the whole racially profile. I think, my opinion, that we're trying to fit an agenda. So here's the thing that I want to say about this incident that happened with this individual. First of all, it's horrible that this happened. It's horrible that this happened. And, I know a lot of guys are talking about, hey, you know what? He had a bunch of prior cases and things like that. Although some of those things may come to play, people say all the time, no, it may not come to play, right? People say that, oh, well, is that incident? Well, it does speak about your past, and it does speak about the kind of person that you are. If you're a violent individual, you're a violent individual. But nevertheless, no one deserves to get shot based on the fact that, based on no fact. No one deserves to do that. That is the problem that we have in here with a lot of you guys that hate on this video and try to argue with me and many guys that make this kind of videos. No one deserves to get shot. No one is advocating for somebody to get shot for no reason. In fact, if you look at some of my videos here in the past, I have criticized police officers big time. Like, I'll give you an example. Garner. I really thought, in my opinion, you could look back 4 or 5 years in my videos, I bashed those cops. I really thought that police officer murdered him. And again, just by watching the video, I thought that it was police brutality big time. That was my opinion. I didn't change it. I still stand by that opinion. That cop walked away from that, by the way. But in my opinion, I thought it was excessive force, right? But now we find ourselves into this confrontation right here. And I want to bring my screen here to talk to you guys about this one, because I found this picture right here and just kind of give you a couple thoughts here. I'm looking at this. And as I'm looking at this, I realize one thing that not a lot of people are realizing. We don't have the whole story. There is a critical component here that is missing. There is a critical component here that is missing, that it allow us not to have, essentially we don't have the full story, right? So in many words, if you're seeing some of the confrontation, if you see some of the videos, the police officers show up. You see here in the first picture right here, the cops are pointing a gun at him and he's walking away. Obviously, he's not complying. Obviously, he's not, doing what the cops are telling him to do. By the way, the second camera that was recorded, you see the guy actually fighting the cops, right? So, but again, just because you're fighting at some police officer, just because you're walking away in some kind of way, it doesn't mean necessarily that deadly force is authorized and should be used, right? You have no lethal capabilities and things like that. You go to the second picture right here, the guy continues to walk away. There's reports where they're telling him some reports are talking about cops saying drop the knife. We don't see it based on this right here. I can't see if it's armed or he cannot. Again, he makes it to the car. You see the third picture right here. Let me bring it a little bit bigger for you guys to see it. He makes it to the car, and at one point, the cop is holding his shirt or his tank top, and he actually kind of pulls him back, and he opens the door, and he reaches inside the car door. Now, here's the thing. Right there, at that moment, there were shot fire. There were multiple different shots. I believe a total of 7 shots in total. And obviously, the guy didn't die. He had to go to the hospital, and there's reports of him potentially not being able to walk. Now, we see this video, and like I say, I got into a dilemma with somebody that I love about this, and I see this video, and there's something missing. There is something missing. It's the fact that we don't know what the guy was reaching for. We don't know that. We definitely don't know that. So at this point, what we have to do is an investigation. At this point, what we have to do is find out what happened. And literally, we have to be patient. But what's the problem here? The problem is that people are going to use this for their agenda. People are going to use this for their agenda. And I'm going to tell you, when you use something for your agenda and it doesn't impact anybody else, who cares? Really, who cares? If you want to say that, you want to say that, whatever you want to say, if you want to say something about this cop right here, and that's what you want to do, and that's your agenda, no one cares. But the problem is that their agenda is causing the American people. So at this point, they're pushing for their agenda, right? We don't know all the information. We don't know what he did. Let's say, for example, that he reached to grab a gun. Those cops would have been more than justified to engage. The guy is fighting them. The guy is resisting arrest. The guy is grabbing a firearm to obviously to do what? To do something bad. Do we know that? We don't know that. We really don't know that. We're missing that key component. Maybe the guy wasn't reaching for a gun. Maybe the guy was reaching for his wallet, for his cell phone. Then why did this guy shot 7 rounds towards this individual? Right? We don't know that. We really don't know that. But what we see here is the unfair statements. Automatically, the agenda is simple. The agenda is that cops kill black people. And because that is the agenda, they're going to push it. And what's happening right now? Total destruction. Total destruction. No waiting. They ain't waiting to do an investigation to find out what really happened. None of that is going to take place. Their family already have the top attorney, the guy that always, I forgot his name, he always deal with this kind of cases. He's there already. The news is already reporting. You know, those evil white police officers that all they do is kill unarmed people, right? The agenda is already being placed. And again, it's not going to be fair, not only for the cop, but it's not going to be fair for the individual himself, Jacob. It's not going to be fair for him neither, because the investigation is already tented. The investigation is already being pushed for one agenda. The cops are evil. So as I'm talking to this person, you know, about this situation, I'm like, well, do you notice that he resisted arrest? Do you notice that he fought the police? And this person is kind of like, well, he doesn't deserve to get shot over, you know, over that. And I'm thinking, well, he reached in the car. What did he reach in the car? And this person is kind of like, well, it doesn't matter. I'm like, yeah, it does matter. It does matter. I'm not willing to come here and give an opinion because, again, once again, we don't know what happened. We're missing that key component. But the media is already taking it. People are already taking it. There's already so much looting. There's already so much destruction. I mean, a dealer is on fire. Cars are being burned down. Cars are being vandalized. Places are being, broken into. It's insane. We don't even know what happened. We don't know if the guy was shot for no reason. We don't know if the guy was shot for a reason. We don't know that. We don't know the most important thing of this case. We don't know, which is obviously what did he reach in that car? What was the thing that he did? Did he grab a knife? Did he grab a gun? Did he grab a rifle? Then he's justified, in my opinion. Did he grab his wallet? Well, man, come on, dude. You could have done something else. You could have used your taser. You could have fought the guy. You could have used your hand. You could have used self-defense tactics or, tactics with your hands to teach you all that. But we don't know. But nevertheless, the country is going on fire right now over this individual that we don't know anything about. It's insane. Truly insane. It's like no longer, it kind of reminds me of gun control. There's shootings, and unless a shooting happened with an AR-15, they don't care. They really don't. The moment that it's an AR-15 is all over the news. But the moment that is something else, they don't even cover that. It's the same thing here. We don't know exactly what happened, but they're already running with the story. They're already spreading, well, we think this happened. And then when it's not, guess what? They're going to be like, well, we thought it was like that. So it's insane. Again, I don't think this was racially profiled at all. Police officers responded to a call of service, and they weren't there because the guy was black. They were there because there was a call. That's why they responded. And did a guy, shot the dude for no reason or not? We don't know. We're still missing information. Let me know what you think. Definitely share your comments down below. And as always, God is in control.